Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts over here on the Scrap Room, and today I am using Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Great Escape collection, and also using the embellishment kit. So with the collection for the flavor of the month, you will get 3 pieces of pattern paper, 2 pieces of oatmeal cardstock, 1 Simple Stories 4x6 sticker sheet, a 1/6 of the Simple Stories bits and pieces, a 1/6 of the foliage bits, and all 3 of those will vary. In the embellishment kit, you will get a pack of the Simple Story brads. Now, I'm going to be using this sketch from October of 2008, and my layout doesn't really end up like this sketch at all. I mainly use the sketch for the background pieces of the layout. If you want to see more information about all of the pieces that you get in this collection, make sure you go and check out Tina Gale's video on the Scrap Room. She has a great video that showcases all of the different pieces from the Flavor of the Month kit. So what I decided to do in regards to the sketch, I did follow it with that big piece of paper. I love this wood grain. It's so beautiful. It's dark. And then I also love that it has all of these foliage pieces and that big dragonfly. And it's just a beautiful piece of paper. So I knew that I wanted to use that in a huge chunk. Then I decided to take the teal stripe paper and use that at the top. Now, the mushroom paper that comes with it, unfortunately, does not make it on my layout except for that little tiny 1/4" strip, and I actually used the back of it just because I felt like I needed another piece of plain cardstock. I felt like with that 1/4" I really wouldn't get to see the mushrooms, so I went ahead and used the back side of it. Once I get the base down, that's where I kind of stop following the sketch because I had additional photos than what the sketch called for. My photos themselves were in a 4x6 size, so I couldn't get them down to a smaller size. So I just went with what I thought would work. Now I do go ahead and distress all of the edges in peeled paint, which is like this olivey green. It's perfect for this collection as well. And I do like to take a picture of my layout sometimes before I pull up the photos to distress the edges, just so that I make sure that I get them back in the order that I originally put them in, because I liked that order. I kind of created a grid style on both the left and right side of the layout, but they don't match in any way, and I'm okay with having that piece on the left hand side where I cut the 4x4 photo. I feel like I have this big chunk of wood grain there, one beautiful wood grain, so I like the fact that it sticks out a little bit there, but also that's where I'm gonna nestle in my title, and it actually turns out really beautiful having that wood grain piece stick out. On the sketch, it did call for this little tucked in piece of paper on the far left hand side, and so I like the way that that came out. So I decided that I would go ahead and add that to the left hand side there. It's just a little piece of white paper that has some foliage on it. Now, these photos are of the boys when we were in Illinois, and my nephew Malachi was showing Jack and Adam how to fish in the creek. And this is something that he does quite often. They have a little creek in their backyard, and he just goes out there and catches these like extremely tiny fish, like not even worth like catching and releasing. They're so small. But Jack and Adam loved the dynamics of going out there and fishing and just, you know, having a boy day, because that's definitely what they're doing. So this collection I think was perfect for this because I was able to really pull in all of the fun pieces. I did like those mushrooms, and I'm glad that I got a couple of the mushroom pieces in my ephemera pack because I was able to add those to a couple of the clusters. And I also like the little butterflies and dragonflies that come with it as well. So on the right hand side, the cluster that I started there, that base with the foliage on it. It says life is an adventure, which I thought was perfect for this particular layout. So I do go ahead and add a butterfly to that piece as well, and then a little tag that is in the wood grain, and I end up adding a couple of the brads to that section as well. Now for the top piece there in that cluster, I like using this trick of putting fun foam on wings. So for dragonflies or butterflies or anything like that, you can put the fun foam on the wing part of it, and then you glue down the body. So the dragonfly's body is glued down, and then I use fun foam on their wings, and it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension there. Now, the sheet that I got from the sticker sheet was a sheet of like labels and tags and things like that. So I went ahead and added those to a couple of different clusters. I went ahead and added one to the top there on the right hand side with the dragonfly, and that says One with Nature. Kind of thought that was perfect. On the far left hand side up there next to the photo with my little man and his hat on, it says Wild and Free. And then I did cut this out, but you can see right there on the left hand side there is a view master and some flowers. That's actually from the back of the brad piece, but if you follow me at all, you know that I suck at fussy cutting. Like, it is just not something that I can do. So I like the way that it looked there, but because I did such a horrible job of fussy cutting it, it just had to go. But I wanted to give you guys that idea because that is a nice ephemera piece if you are, you know, any good at fussy cutting, unlike me. So that's why I did leave that piece in there of me having it on there and then taking it off. So I pulled from my stash some cream colored thickers as well as the Simple Stories flat stickers, and my title is going to be Living the Good Life. And I like the fact that I have the different pieces there to have a title that has different dimension in it, because I have flat stickers as well as thickers as well. And then in that cluster I also add a wood grain heart and then another sticker from the sticker sheet that says Where We Belong. So here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. We would love for you to go check out the Facebook group. There are lots of inspirations for the Flavor of the Month kits. This month we have a special guest designer, and I am sure that you guys are going to love her videos and her take on one of the Flavor of the Months. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can see her video coming up, and definitely go check out our Facebook group. Now, if you want to get the Flavor of the Month kit, make sure that you let Rochelle know that I sent you, because she will include a special little gift in your first month's kit. And make sure that you let her know that it was Lisa B, because we do have 2 Lisas on the design team. All right, everyone, thanks for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.